Hello, everyone. My name is Patrick Murdoch. I am one of the owners of Avenue 912 in Griffith, Indiana. Thank you for joining me today. We have some special guests. Dan and Lisa from the 1985 are here today, and they will be joining us momentarily. So I know that they are streaming on their platform as well. So welcome to all of their family and friends, and we appreciate you logging on to this live stream. Before I bring them in, I would appreciate just a minute or two just to talk about our upcoming schedule, so people know what we have coming up at this weekend at Avenue 912. Obviously, I'm not going through the entire list, but people can read it themselves. I do want to focus on the three things that we have this weekend. On Thursday, which is in a couple of days, we have the poker tournament that is happening. It is sponsored by We Ride. All of the proceeds, there will be a cash payout depending on how many people are at the event. Some of the proceeds will be donated to the Riley Children's Hospital in Indianapolis. So that's a great event. This is, again, put on by the We Ride organization. That starts at, I think it says 6 p.m., but it's actually 5 p.m. the doors, 6 p.m. start time. I know it's on Thursday and it is basketball time. We will have the basketball game on the big screen behind. It will be on very, very low, so you're not going to disturb the poker players. But in case you want to take a peek and see what was going on in the games, the game will be streamed on our projector. Then, of course, we have the 1985, which is going to be which they're going to be joining here in just a few seconds. That will start at 7 o'clock on Friday. Friday at 7 o'clock is when the doors open. They will be on at 8 p.m. So please make sure that you're there at 7 o'clock. All tables, unfortunately, are sold out. We just sold our last table a couple of minutes ago, and all tables are sold out. We do have some general admission tickets, and we'll be giving away a couple of general admission tickets today. So please stay tuned. And then on Saturday, we have the Together Band. They've been together for 50 years. Many people in the region know the Together Band. They will be joined by Michelle Velez and the Damn Band. So they're called Michelle Velez and the Damn Band, but it was a little bit too long for me to put that on there. So it's just Michelle Velez right now. Please make sure that you check out eventbrite.com. You can get your tickets there. There will not be a no fee Thursday this Thursday. My goodness. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend I will not be able to go to set them up this weekend. So that is on pause until the next week. But you can still get your tickets either at the door or you can get them on eventbrite.com. So, and then the last but not least about this is Mr. Funnyman. You'll see Mr. Funnyman. We just added that on 420. So 420 is Mr. Funnyman. Many people from around the region know this band, love this band. It is a dance band. So make sure you are ready to come prepared. You're going to have a good time with this band. And special introductory tickets, the first 50 general admission tickets, since it's 420, well, it's going to be $4.20. So we are playing off that a little bit. And again, the first 50, if you're not the first 50, it's $10. So just to let you know, that's what we're doing. But right now, I would like to welcome to the stage Dan and Lisa. Hello.
Hey.
What's up, people? How are
good
you?
to be here.
Thanks for having us, Patrick.
Good to see you, and thank you so much for being here. And I really appreciate trying to. I hope we're streaming on your platform as well.
That's the idea. We're hoping if there's anybody on for us, we'd love to have you guys comment to let us know that we're there. Like any kind of emojis or anything that would be helpful. Communicate that we are actually on.
Come on,
we're trying this.
Oh yeah. Oh, they'll be there. Don't worry, they'll be there.
That's great. Hey, there you are. Look at that.
Hey.
All right, we do have some.
We're so techy, Patrick. This is crazy. You wouldn't even think that we were raised in the 80s. So there you go.
That's true.
I have the
difficult. So yes, there's a lot of people on already. I can see the people are going to be obviously saying hello and putting some emojis. I'm sure there's going to be some questions throughout the interview. If there are some questions that we can't answer them all, obviously, but we will try to get to a couple of them anyways.
At least 3 or 4.
At least 3 or 4. So anyways, welcome to the program, and please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, yeah, we're the 1985 guys, and this will be our third or fourth time playing at Avenue 912. And honestly, what a fantastic place that we just love playing there. We love the energy that we get from the fans that have come out, and we just kind of built a neat base there, which has been great. Patrick and his whole crew are fantastic to work with, and sound is great. Lighting, we all work with together, and we just love it. So yeah, what else what would you want to say, babe?
I don't know. I always like the pizza they give us. That's for sure.
The pizza.
No, we always have a great time. It's a great venue.
For the pizza.
That's it. Working for the pizza.
It's funny, Lisa, that you mentioned the pizza, because it's a lot of the fans, they go, what goes on in the back room? Is it wild parties? What do you guys do in the back room? Tell them what you do in the back room at Avenue 912.
Well, we were eating the last time we were there. We were eating pizza, and I made the guys let me watch a cooking show.
Yeah,
because I usually have to watch sports, and I was so happy to watch a cooking show.
That's exactly right.
It's just crazy back there.
It was funny. I walked back there. I go, oh, all right.
That's interesting.
Party animals.
Yes. But it's funny because a lot of people, that's what they think, right? Oh, they're doing shots and they're drinking alcohol and it's wild.
Not if they want us to play for as long as we have to play. We're not doing that.
Some bands can pull that off. We've got too much to think about. Yep. Our show is pretty complex, man. We're not sharp. We'll miss some things.
Yes, so we have to know all the words.
Everybody.
We don't have any iPads up there to tell us the
No
words.
iPad prompters.
So and the people know the songs too, and they'll know if we say the wrong word. That's
someone likes my checker shirt.
Oh, excellent!
Thank you, Vanessa.
That's my girlfriend.
Oh, your girlfriend likes Dan's shirt.
Well, thank you.
Well, that's nice. So look at that. There she is. Love the checkered shirt.
The Cars album. Candy. The Cars album.
Oh,
like a Cars album.
Yeah, it's funny. So, literally.
Where exactly are you from?
So we're from the South Bend area, so not too far from you, about an hour away. And we're technically from Mishawaka, which is for fame in the area. The mall is there, so
it's the Princess City
Park Mall. So that's us, and then our drummers from South Bend, and another our guys up from Niles, Michigan, so not too far. We're all within the South Bend region. So yeah. And we formed. Maybe give you a little bit of backstory. Is that good, Patrick? Perfect. So we formed back in 2018.
We're married.
Yes, we are married. Dan and Lisa V. But we are. So we formed back in 2018 with these other. We actually, our bass player was different at that point, but then he came on just about pretty much like less than a year after. So we've been together all that time. Coming up on, so this summer will be 6 years. We formed on Slurpee Day.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, which is kind of cool. So we always have that as a potential, and we would love to give away Slurpees every.
Come on, 7-Eleven, and partner with us.
They're not working with us. Come on.
No.
Not yet. Anyway, so that's been great, and in the 5 years we really just started as a kind of a local band, Mishawaka. There were the music scene in South Bend had a few more venues happening at that point prior to COVID, and we were just like that was what we thought it was just going to be. And we kept playing, and just to give you kind of the gist of our first show. So we played at a local place called Smokestack Brew, which is now closed. But we played rest in peace, Smokestack. On our first night, it was a Wednesday night, and we were going to do it was like $100 gig, which is really what it was for 5 people. Basically a free show for us. And we played that first show, and the expectation was they had a bartender. And they had a waitress there. That was the expectation. We had almost 400 people show up for that first night. which was crazy because we all had like past band experience, and I think everyone was like, and
we told all our friends.
Yeah, and I'm a bit of a hype guy when it comes to that stuff, so I hyped it up a little bit, and we completely overwhelmed them, and it was a lot of fun. So it was a great memory. Actually,
Blake remembers.
There he is, some of you guys. So anyway, so that's kind of how I got started, and we just developed over time. So for everybody's reference, the 1985 is of course an 80s tribute band, but we're not specifically tributing. Would that be the word?
We're specifically not giving tribute to any specific one artist. We do all of the 80s.
We do #all the 80s.
So you never get bored.
Yep. And so kind of that 80s mixtape style of thing. So if you were on the radio back in the day, now kids, there was this thing back in the day before there were Apple Music and Spotify where you had to wait for songs to come on. And it was called the radio.
Or you could tape America's Top 40 if you had that on your boombox. That's
another one. So anyway, educating.
Ringing any bells, Patrick? Come on, you know.
That's 100%.
So anyway, so we had this. That's what we did, and we are back in the day. We would mix those up, and that's really effectively what we do. So we play a bit of all the 80s. So we cover pop, rock, new wave, metal, and club music / rap, I guess you would call it.
A little bit.
All within all of that. So it's kind of a mixed up show with a lot of fun. So you just don't get tired. We do lots of medleys that kind of keep the pace going. For those of you who might have ADHD, this show might be for you because we keep it moving.
We try to keep it visually insane with different wigs and outfits and costumes and mohawks and sunglasses and stuff like that. So just trying to keep everybody interested in all the ways.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. You know, it's funny because right now we're in the midst of a tribute revelation, right? I mean, everybody wants to be a tribute particular band for, and it has their place. And we love tribute. Don't get me wrong. We do love tributes. Mm-hmm. But if you are not a particular fan of that one artist, you're not coming to our place.
Exactly.
We want you to come to our place because you like a whole bunch of different kinds of music, and the 80s. I mean, my goodness, some of the best. I mean, I love the 70s too. Don't get me wrong, but
how do we?
but the 80s music is it's fun, right? Fun, light, happy, and dancing music.
And what we were just actually, I drove up to Chicago today. We got a new truck for the 1985, so we got a bigger trailer to tow, which is fun. But we were driving up with my drummer, and we're just talking about the 80s in general. It's just like the fact that, so we this past weekend we performed for St. Patty's, and we performed Dexy's Midnight Runners song "Come on Eileen," which is an Irish band. Yeah. So we performed that, and the fact that exists in the 80s alongside of a band like Def Leppard, alongside of Whitney Houston, alongside
Madonna,
Wham, Flock of Seagulls, Duran. All this stuff. So like the variety was just so crazy, and the fact that they all had space in the tops of the charts. Absolutely. So it wasn't like just, and that's I think the challenge right now, especially for musicians in the modern era, when like the kids these days, right? If we're going to say that, is that they have the challenge of how to build, because everything's really very niche audience, and what back then it was a very broad audience, and everybody listened to kind of everything because that's all you had the chance to do. So
thanks, Amber. Your comment has been highlighted.
Thank you. Look at that, Amber. Nice.
And it's I told you I'm not much of a tech person, but I'm learning, and so
it's
kind of fun. It's kind of fun that I get to, I just figured this out last week, that I can actually click on the person's name and it pops up so people can see themselves, and then you can. A lot of times you have the same program as we do, so you can see it on your end. But a lot of times the artists that I'm speaking with, they don't, so they can't see the comments until well after the fact.
That's fun.
We had so much fun at Gun Lake.
Yes, thanks.
Yes, where's Gun Lake at? I'm not even sure.
It's a Gun Lake Casino up in Wayland, Michigan, near Kalamazoo, actually.
Oh, okay, very good.
No, it's between Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids. So
great.
You should point to it in Michigan. Yeah.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Well, excellent. Well, hey, I think this is I think it's the third or fourth time. The last time I couldn't stay because my son had a football game.
Yeah, that was a state tournament thing.
How'd it go?
On.
Well, they beat Mishawaka.
They did. Yep. Yeah,
you beat our caveman.
Beat the caveman. Blake Buck was caveman.
He works for the caveman.
He works. So yeah. Anyway, it's funny.
It was good. I mean, they went down to this. They actually made it all the way to the state finals in Indianapolis. So we had a great time. They ended up losing, but the other team was.
That's amazing to get there.
Yeah,
though.
Still great to get
Good
there.
For you.
Playing in the Lucas Oil, man. You gotta get credit. That's awesome.
It was very cool.
So this Friday, right, is our show, Patrick. So we should probably talk a little bit about that whole thing.
What can we expect? What can we expect at 7 p.m.? Well, 7 p.m. is when the doors open. What can we expect at 8 o'clock?
So, 7 p.m. you're going to come in and you're going to get your spots. Some of those you guys who have the seats are great. General admission, you're going to find great spots to kind of hang and all that kind of stuff as well. Grab your beverages, some tasty. You guys, your bartenders always do a great job with all that. They have Dos bars, just so you know.
Oh yeah,
that's 2 in Spanish.
Oh, look at
that.
All good on that. How'd that happen?
So you can plenty of spots to get drinks. You're not going to wait in super long lines, which is fantastic. So Avenue 912 again in Griffith, Indiana, for our fans, guys. So this is if you basically just go west on 8090, and you hit it's basically the Griffith, exit there, and you'll get so fantastic. But so we start. So 8 o'clock is our show. This is again Central Time for those of you who are traveling from South Bend there. So it's going to be 9 o'clock your time, but still relatively early for a lot of folks, which is great.
Someone just asked.
And we'll be doing a 3-hour set, which is great. And so some new things that we have put on since we've been to Avenue 912 last time, my darling.
Madonna medley.
So Madonna medley is up. As anyone we can shout this out in the comments from our followers. Anybody seen the Madonna medley yet? And love to hear kind of your feedback a little bit.
We are having a lot of fun with that. We were sorely lacking in Madonna.
Yes.
The first 5 years we did a couple of Madonna things. Not enough Madonna for the Madonna people. I'm just going to keep saying Madonna.
People are mad.
That's good. So you have a nice.
The more I do her music, the more I like it.
Yep. So we got that happening, and then of course, we have a thing that we call it the Funky medley, which is one we've not performed. So funky, a little bit of Bobby Brown, a little bit of Janet Jackson,
Janet Jackson.
Yeah, so it's kind of that whole, we call it funk from that spot. So what is you?
Yeah, she saw it in Austin.
There you go.
Like a prayer.
Yes.
Yep. Thanks, Blake.
Thank you. Hey, and also
Greg saw it.
Great. So anyway, so that's going to be there, and then we've got, we'll kind of throw in lots of different favorites, and we really do try to, for those of you who are Avenue 912 fans who have seen us before, we do try to mix up what we did from the last time that you saw us, so it's not the exact same show. We really do value the fact that when you come to see us, there's going to be some different things. Yes, I'm sorry, we're going to do Mickey. Yes, I'm sorry, we're probably going to do I Love Rock and Roll. Don't Stop Believing. A few of those, it's going to happen just because it's part of the rule of law as an 80s band to do some of those things. But but besides
we do try to mix it up.
We do mix it up.
Yeah, just to reiterate what you just said, if you're coming from the South Bend area, you're right, 8094 all the way to the south, to the Klein Avenue exit, which is Avenue 912 exit. So
he says 912. You better start saying it the right way.
912. Okay.
So, it's Avenue 912, and that's the rule.
He's been saying 912 for the last year.
Forever.
Sorry, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. So that's all right.
912. It's like I was raised in the land of 313 area code. So, but me and Eminem, because I pretty much look like it. So, no, I'm not a rapper.
8 Mile.
Anyway, 8 Mile.
8 Mile. There you go. Yeah. So it's going to be a great time. I'm very much looking forward to it. I am able to be there the entire night. So
awesome.
That will be a good time. I don't.
So you have some things to give away. Did I hear rumor of this before we got on the thing?
Thank you for that little segue. That's perfect. We do have two free we have 2 pair of free general admission. So our very first 2 people that contact me, and let me give you the
Get your
actual.
phones ready, y'all.
Get your phones ready and get
More
ready to
total
text
tickets,
me.
but 2 pairs.
And the first 2 texters win a pair of GA tickets to this Friday's show. Text 80s Rock. Please text 80s Rock. Some people were already texting me 1985. It's not that. Text 80s Rock.
So sneaky.
219-680-0682. That is my phone number. Please include your name and your email address so I can send you the tickets. Many times I just get 80s Rock and I don't know where to send the tickets to. So I have to then tell you, or then I have to ask you, well, who is this person?
Yeah.
Last time we had a teacher on last week that is also a performer. And I said, okay, guys, we have a teacher on here this week. You have to follow directions. If you don't follow directions, I'm going on to the next person. You don't know how many people had to go on to the next person because they didn't follow directions.
And Lisa is a teacher as well.
Did you know that,
so we
Patrick?
know.
I
So
did
there
not.
you go.
Yes.
Did you know I was a former teacher?
What did you teach?
I taught 2nd grade.
Dude,
I love
I started in 2nd grade.
There you go.
She's now in early childhood and kindergarten.
Including kindergarten. Mm-hmm.
And I used to be a choir teacher back in the day, so all the teachers.
You got the endorsement, huh? You got the kindergarten endorsement?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. Good for you. Yeah, no, that's it's funny how many teachers are in the music business. I come across, I think I can just think of 3 right now that are, I mean, very prominent, musicians as well as teaching during their day job. It's really nice. So,
well, like I always say, everybody's got to have a hobby.
Everybody has to. Exactly. This is a great hobby for you, right? It's a great outlet. You get to do something.
Wig maintenance is our hobby.
That's our hobby.
That and packing trailers, because that takes
yes,
forever.
it sure does.
So we perform, just so y'all know, just giving y'all the perspective on this too. We perform for 3 hours, and that's the real work. So where our pay comes from is for setup and tear down and travel, all that kind of stuff. So that's the work. The work. Performing part is the fun part, but the setup and tear down world, that's where the work is.
You want to play, you got to pay.
You got to. So
and you bring a very big show to the venues that you go to, and I know that there's a lot of setup, and I know that there's a lot of tear down, and it is. You don't have roadies like you're not Rolling Stones or Aerosmith, so it's
working
tough.
on that. We're working on that.
Every once in a while, we get some dedicated 85ers who like to help.
Blake actually helps us out quite a bit. Trisha, those guys. But we will. I think one of the goals in 2024 for us is to get a bit more help when it comes to that, because we're not in our 20s anymore. Just let's be real.
Barely not in our 20s.
Barely not in our 20s. We're barely 30. But that's the whole idea of being able to maintain it. We want to be able to maintain, because you travel and then you do your show for 3 hours, and then you have to tear down and then drive home. And, you're rolling in. We just last weekend, we rolled in at 5:10 a.m.
Well, when it was the time change, we got home at 6:30.
Yeah, 6:30 a.m. Well, that was a lot
insane.
Of fun. Yeah. Note to selves for future: on time change weekend, don't perform in Chicago land to come back the next day. So anyway,
crazy.
I can imagine. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I know your fans really appreciate the behind the scenes. And you do a live stream every week, correct?
We try.
At least twice a month is the goal. We'd like to be every week. It's just sometimes right now we're actually in the midst of
we're trying to sell our house.
Trying to sell our house at this point. So that's part of the things that's been going on to distract us a bit. But yes, we do.
Cleaning.
Yeah, of course. So all of you Avenue 91 fans that have not seen the 1985, make sure you like their page and follow them, and then watch their live stream, because they're all over the place. And you might be down in Indianapolis, and guess what? They might be there as well. So you might be able to see them there, Mishawaka, Gun Lake. You never know. So yeah, give them a follow, especially if you like their band.
Yep. At the 1985 band is if you want to try to find us. So that's great.
There you go. At the 1985 band.
Yep.
Totally awesome 80s band. I love it.
So are we going to find out who won, or is that later?
No, that's later.
Okay.
I can tell you who won.
Okay.
Oh, go.
So let's see.
Drum roll.
Okay, we got Mick. We got Mick. Whoops, can you hear me?
Yep.
We got Mickey Montrose, and then we have Pam Smith. First two. There you go.
Yay! Good job, guys.
I'm sorry about the other ones, but
with us.
you didn't get in quick enough. I'm sorry, but
you know, as a teacher, what do you say? I like the way Pam followed directions.
See?
I do. Good job, Pam.
Pam Smith, there she is. Sounds
Good
like
job,
it'll be
Pam.
a good one. Look at, she's right there. She wins. You're a winner.
Oh, I didn't even see the comments. Good. Well, everybody else who entered, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And there you go, Pam. That's her. Yep, Pam Smith. So
right. Well,
excellent.
Patrick, we want to say thank you so much for having us on. We just love playing your place. We love the fact that you've got just a nice following there that is super supportive of live music. And thanks for being a supporter of live music. And no matter, we're just telling everybody, it's like, whether you're going to come see us or whoever you want us to come see there, it's just such a great opportunity to support live music, because there's something special that happens in that space when you're live with somebody. And I think that electric nature of the give and take, when the crowd gives energy and the performer gives energy, it's just kind of that symbiotic thing. And we just talk about it just being part of the joy bus. We just want to bring a lot more joy to the world. And I posted on this today on our line. It's just, we want good vibes to be thrown out in the universe. And so we know there's a lot of not so great vibes out there, and we want to just throw a lot of good vibes out. So come hang out with us for a few hours and escape maybe all the reality for a bit. So
travel back in time.
Turn back time.
But when the 80s were fun.
Yes, they were.
Everything was perfect. There was no conflict ever. Political parties got along. It was amazing.
Yep.
It's called that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Thanks, guys.
Because we'll have a big fight in the comments section.
Keep it nice, people.
Yes, keep it nice. All right. Thank you so much, and rock on. And we'll see you this Friday, 7 p.m. at Avenue 912. 1985 goes on at 8 o'clock. So we'll see you then, everyone. Take care. Have a great night.
Thanks again. Bye, everybody.
Bye.